Margaret with Recipe Amateur Investigator. Today we're going to make an Oreo cheesecake by request. So let's get started. This recipe is by Preppy Kitchen. He's one of my top 5 people who I love to copy their recipes, and all his recipes come out to be fabulous in my opinion. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to do is set your oven at 350. We're going to set the oven at 350, set. And then next you're going to get a spring pan, which I have this smaller one already. I'm going to spray the bottom of it, just the bottom, just a little. You can use butter. And then I went ahead and cut a parchment paper already, a perfectly set a round one. If you want to know how I did this, go ahead and look at one of my other channels, and it's there. So I put it in there and it's set, and then we're going to get started. So I got about 26 Oreos in here, and I already crumbled them, have them ready in my KitchenAid food processor. Now we're going to throw in a half a cup of butter in here, and it's unsalted. So let me get this started. And then we're just going to mix it up with the butter. I love this. I like this little mini one. My cousin Teresa told me about this one, so. And I loved it so much I bought a bigger one. So, put it in. Just let it go, mix it in. And it's okay if you have some crumble in there on the bottom. Almost finished. And the last one. And we're going to mix it. This is making your crust. Then we're going to take it out. And then we're just going to pour it in. I'm going to jump it in here. Get all of it out. And then this is going to be your crust. Well, lucky for me, I already have one already made, so I don't have to get my hands all dirty. And then once this crust is done, it's going to look like this. I already patted it and put it in the oven and baked it for 10 minutes at 350. Then once you take it out, then you're going to start your cheesecake. I already got 3 room temperature Philadelphia cream cheese in here, and we're going to mix it up. No cheesecake for you today, Fifi. No cheesecake for you today. And then you're going to mix it up, and then you're going to put 1 cup of sugar, making sure it's 1 cup of sugar with a half a teaspoon of salt. It's already in here. And we're going to mix it all together. Not Charlie, it's in the picture. No cheesecake for you either, Charlie. Cheesecake for you. Let it mix. Then you're going to get a half a cup of sour cream. And you're going to have this ready. You're also going to get 3 tablespoons of sifted flour, and then you're going to get 3 eggs together and 1 egg yolk at room temperature as well. So I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to scrape the bottom. You want to lick the bowl? Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to scrape the bottom. And you want to make sure all your cheesecake is already mixed in here. You don't want to leave any lumps. Nobody likes a lumpy cheesecake. Gooey, it's like a big old plop. So we're going to mix it up. Next I'm going to put the 3 tablespoons of sifted flour in. Put it in low, otherwise it goes push like that. Mix that in. Then I'm going to get my sour cream. Like I said, it's a half a cup. And I'm going to mix this in there as well. Turn this sour cream in. And this just makes it more richer and thicker. Okay, so put that in. Perfect. Mix it up. Let it mix, and then you're going to get 1 tablespoon of the magic, and I call my magic is vanilla. And if you watch all of my videos, you'll know that I love using Mexican vanilla. It smells so good. So you can use any type of vanilla of your choice. And I'm going to use 1 full tablespoon. Oops, there it goes. I should have lowered it. So let me put a little bit more. There we go. Got so excited with the vanilla. Okay, so that is mixing in there. Next, I'm going to put 1 egg at a time. I'm going to try. I can only do what I can do. 2 popped in. It's a party now. And then you're going to let it mix. And then I'm going to put 1 more. Let it mix. And then the last one. And let it mix. I'm going to go ahead and stir the sides in. Bring down the sides. Make sure there's nothing on the bottom. See, it's not ready yet because it has that big old clump. So I'm going to let it spin a little bit more. And the next thing you're going to do is chop up another 12 things of Oreo cookies, because like I said, it's an Oreo cookie, so you got an Oreo bottom, and now we're going to do the mix it inside. I'm just going to let this one rest, because I already have some already made. And let me just do this over so y'all can see what I have. So let me take it out. Have it already ready in this little lock and, what is it, lock and lock? Lock and lock. I love these things. So I have it in here ready, and then you're going to fold in 12 Oreos. So in crushed, so I'm going to put some in. Let me fold it in. See how it's mixing in there? Look at that. So if you love Oreos, this is your recipe. So let's mix it some more on the bottom. It's okay, some of it's still white because it's still going to be an Oreo because we're not finished adding Oreos. So next what we're going to do is get that pan that we already have the pie crust, or the Oreo crust, should I say. Then we're going to pour some of it in. Are you able to see it close? We're going to pour some of it in, not all of it. And then just kind of move it around. And then you're going to get some Oreo cookies, some more Oreo cookies, and you're just going to break some in here. So it's okay, just break some in as much as you want. Big pieces, little pieces, doesn't matter. Break it in. I'm going to do one more like this. And then you get some more batter. Put it in. And then you do the same thing again. Go ahead and shift it a little bit. Break open some more cookies. Where you want. And then you get the rest of the batter. Put it in. This makes a big cheesecake. This one is. This is going to be a big one. This is for my son and my son-in-law. So I hope they enjoy it. And then you just kind of smooth it or shift it around. And you think we're finished? We're not finished with the Oreos. So we're gonna get some more Oreos and put it on top. Like I said, this is an Oreo dream. I'm just gonna get 2 more cookies. And then you're gonna bake this at 350 for, let's see how many minutes he says. I know you don't do it a whole bunch of times. You're gonna bake this at 350 for 10 minutes, and then you're gonna reduce the temperature for 300, and then you're gonna bake it again for 50 minutes. And then you're gonna leave it in the oven for about 30 minutes to an hour. Then you take it out, put it at room temperature, and then I'll show you. So I'm just gonna push this to the side, and we're gonna do the next step. And when you put this in the oven, make sure you put it on a baking pan because it does drip. Believe me, my gas stove, I go, what is on fire, smoking? And it's the dripping from the cheesecake, so don't make my mistake. So I got that done, and by the power of magic, I already have one made. Now this one I made a little smaller one just to demonstrate. It's not as thick as the other one. And this is what it comes like. Now the other one, what I did, this one I crumbled it. That one I went ahead and put the whole cookies. But this is what it looks like right now. Now we're gonna make the ganache, as I'm not very good at it, but it's called ganache. So I have to get one cup of white chocolate, and then I'm gonna microwave it a little at a time. And you put a little bit of cream. The amount of cream is going to be 1/3 altogether. But let's get, this is the part that takes some time to do. So bear with me, and then it goes real easy once we do this. And then you're going to get 2 tablespoons of also chocolate, and we're going to do the same thing. But I'm going to do the white chocolate first, since it takes a little bit longer. But if you have a double broiler, you can do it that way as well, but I just like using the microwave. So, people ask me all the time, why do you bake so much? What do you do with so much of it? And the reason I do it is I either give it to my family, friends, or sometimes people ask me to make it and I sell it to them. So, we just a few more minutes for the chocolate. I have to keep washing it and stirring it. I'm almost done. This is the, like I said, this is the part that's the most. Let me just keep on stirring. I think it just needs one more time and then it's done. Yeah. And start it. And then I'll show you a finished product, and then we're going to make the cream topping, the homemade whipped cream. Again, I'm sorry, this is the part that takes a while. Let's see if that's done. I think it's done. Cream it. Let me put my cream, my 1/3 cup of cream on it. Stir it up. Kind of like you have to stir and stir and stir and stir till it gets creamy. Okay, I think it needs just a little bit more zapping. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the chocolate. And with the chocolate, you just put 1 little teaspoon in there. This I couldn't do because otherwise that would get all yucky. Okay, so this one is done. And we'll just do the chocolate now. While the chocolate's going in, then you get this white chocolate, the white chocolate ganache. Stir it, and then we just pour it on top. Look how pretty that looks. Just pour it on top. And don't do nothing, just let it sit. And then we're going to get the white, the chocolate. See if it's ready. Stir it up. And let it go. Oh yeah, this one's working great. Let me get the toothpick. So then you get the white chocolate. You got the white chocolate in there. And then you got your chocolate. And you're just going to put little dabs on it. And then put little dabs. You can get a score or a toothpick, which I'm going to use a toothpick, and you just get this and you just kind of make the little lines on it. Just any way you want. But don't over mix it, because then you don't have that chocolate, the white on it. And try and do as fastly as I can. I might put a little bit more right here. Perfect. And this is what it turns out to be, like that. Then, the next thing I'm going to do is you put this in the refrigerator, let it sit up for just a little bit. And now, I have it here in another one. Ta-da! This is what this one looks like. I'll show it to you. See how pretty it looks? This is a big thick one. So I already got the chocolate already on there. This is the one thing I haven't done yet, is the piping. And everybody knows I'm not very good at piping. And then that's it. And then we got the cookies. So to make this this piping, it's very simple. It's just 1 cup of cold cream, 1/4 of powdered sugar, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and you whip it in a whipper really high speed. Okay, let's see if I can do what he said to do. Okay, so I already have mine made. I just want to get this in here. Make sure I can. He said to kind of twirl it like this on the side, and you go around it. Let's see. And you just go around the sides. Well, that's not that bad. If I have my turntable, but should have put it on my turntable. And let's go here. I guess it doesn't matter how you start. Keep going around the side. He didn't say what type of a piping to use, but I'm using a K14. I'm going to go up on top of this and just go around a little bit more and make it high. Oh, it's pretty. Sometimes I amaze myself. Okay, so I got that done. And this is what it looks like so far. See it? Okay, then you get 7 cookies and you break them in half. And do I want to go this way with the cookies or this way? I'll go this with the cookies. And just put them in the cookies. Oh, this is so pretty. Cookie too. And voila, we have the cake. Can you see it? Got the picture? Perfect. Now, should we cut it? No, we shouldn't cut it. Should we cut it? Let's cut it and see what it looks like. It looks too pretty to cut. I don't know if I want to, but I'll cut it just for you because you asked me to cut it. So we're going to cut this one. And come this other way. I'm not the best cutter either. Chocolate's coming off already. And then here. Oh goodness. Give me one moment. I like a knife. A knife always works well with me. Got my little knife. None of this fancy stuff for me. Oops. My cake broke. I cut it wrong. I told you I'm not a good cutter, but we got it. There it is. Look at that cheesecake. It's so delicious. Let's see how it tastes. And you see, and I don't know if you can see the inside of it, so can you see how the inside is? How it's all that Oreo inside? And let's take a bite. Have to have some of that chocolate too. Oh my gosh. This is delicious. When I make this recipe again, absolutely. I have to tell you what's really, really good about this is this ganache with this chocolate, with the Oreo cookie. That chocolate just melts in your mouth. You don't have to let it dry. It actually melts in your mouth. It's delicious. Well, if you like this recipe, hit subscribe. Follow me here on Recipe Amateur Investigator. You can also find me on Instagram and on Facebook as well at Recipe Amateur Investigator. Come join me on my group page. And if you'd like to see more recipes, you'll see me here probably next week in my kitchen. And thank you for coming into my kitchen. I hope your family enjoys this recipe as much as my family will. Bye, guys.